Hey everybody, I'm Lou. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this November 2023 forecast. So this is a general astrology and tarot card reading, and I do recommend that you watch for your rising sign first if you know it. Then you can watch your sun sign and your moon sign afterwards if you wish to do so, but the rising sign is going to be the most accurate. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That really helps me and also helps me to continue to produce these forecasts down the track. Now, as always, I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I'm doing these readings on, the Gumbaynggirr people, and recognize their continued connection to their culture and country. I wish to pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging, and I recognize that this is and always will be Aboriginal land. Let's get into the forecast. Hello there, Aries. I'm Lou. Welcome to your November 2023 reading. We're opening up this reading with Revelation. So this month we're in Scorpio season, and that represents your 8th house. Now we have the sun there, we have your ruling planet Mars there, and we have Mercury there as well in the beginning of the month. The 8th house is the house of our personal power and our vulnerabilities. But this month could really be about your finances, okay? So we've got the 8th house, 2nd house axis is highlighted. So there may be a lot of circumstances that are impacting your finances in some way. Particularly around the 13th of November, we have a new moon in Scorpio. So that new moon in Scorpio at 20 degrees is conjunct Mars, your ruling planet Mars. So it's going to be an important moon for you. It's going to bring fresh beginnings, and like every new moon, except this time it's going to bring very dramatic changes. It's also making an opposition, a very tight opposition to Uranus in Taurus in your 2nd house. So Uranus and Mars are both planets of sudden and dramatic change. So that moon is going to dramatically and suddenly change you something to do with finances. Now, what I love about this card here, we've got this revelation card, is I think that this will happen with a revelation, like a snapping in of an understanding, a new perspective, that just sort of an epiphany that comes to you in some way. The 8th house really involves going deep within our psyche, into our subconscious, into our mind, delving into the shadow components of ourselves within. And so you may have flashes of insight that come up from the depths of your psyche. Now this, obviously, like I've said, it could be about finances. It could be about anything though. Anything where you're feeling a lack of power or a lack of control in your life may come up for you at this time. To course correct is what I'm really feeling with this revelation card, with that new moon energy. I think there's a course correction happening here, and I think that it will be sudden and dramatic for you, Aries. But I think that it's for the best interest of your evolution, of the next part of your journey as you move forward throughout November and into the next 6 to 12 months. Now, the other moon for this month is the full moon in Gemini on the 27th of November. So that's at the end of the month. I am doing a special video that is dedicated to that full moon. Okay, so keep your eye out for that at the end of the month. There's going to be a tarot card reading for each zodiac sign attached to that video. So that moon is going to be extra challenging because it's in your 3rd house. It's making an opposition to Mars, who by that time will be in your 9th house in Sagittarius, okay? And this moon will actually be making a T-square with Saturn in your 12th house. So what that all means is that there is going to be a lot of obstacles and tension and conflict arising during that moon. So things may be hard to overcome. There may be multiple components of your life drawing your attention, demanding your energy or your attention, and then maybe unresolvable at the time. Maybe at the time may feel like it's unresolvable. Okay, there may be an ending that affects multiple facets of your life. What I like about it is that this Saturn in the 12th house in Pisces is there is really encouraging you to connect with your spirituality, connect with your imagination, with the divine, with your inner being. And so this is where this revelation card again steps in. So around that full moon too, you may also get a lot of downloads, some psychic messages, some information. There may be something that seems like a synchronicity, or, maybe in your dream space, you may get an idea, and it's like this revelation of how am I going to overcome what's coming up for me, and how can I shift and move forward. So how can I gel these two components of my life, or multiple components of my life together, or which do I choose as well? There could be this really separating kind of energy here with that T-square, where you have to make a choice and surrender one aspect of something in order to be able to move forward into the next. This, with the 3rd house, 9th house axis being lit up with that full moon in Gemini, you're really looking at your perspective and your mental, and your capacity to perceive and make a mental construct around what's happening. So what I mean by that is, no matter what is happening in your real life, no matter what the physical circumstances are that you're going through, how you view that through what lens you're choosing to view that through, what meaning you're applying to that situation is going to matter, Aries. So you get to choose that. You get to choose what your truth is. You get to choose what it all means for you. You can make it mean something negative if you choose, and you can also make it mean something really positive if you choose. And that's up to you. That's where you get free will. So you're coming into this reading with the 2 of Swords. There's a decision. There is a decision. Like I said, there's this energy throughout November. The energy of specifically around the moons is very polarizing. Okay, so this 2 of Swords energy, you may be feeling really pulled in 2 different directions, needing to make a decision about something. Maybe you don't have all the information. Maybe it's not really clear. It may take you all month, and maybe even into December. So we have Mercury is in Sagittarius as we open up the month. Is in Scorpio as we open up the month. We'll move into Sagittarius on the 10th of November. Now, Mercury will stay there until December the 1st, but then we'll move into Capricorn. Capricorn represents your 10th house. So this is next month. I'm talking about December, okay? We'll move into Capricorn and we'll do a retrograde there. So that 10th house retrograde is important in this 2nd house, 8th house storyline that I'm talking about as well, because the 10th house represents your career. It represents what you do for work and also your public reputation, so how other people perceive you. So there's going to be an opportunity throughout December to really reflect on and make shifts there in your career, in your public reputation, in your external reality, in your empire. But the thing is with Mercury is it will retrograde back into Sagittarius. So this transit with Mercury from the 10th of November until the 1st of December is going to be important to look for clues around what will be coming up for you to shift in the Mercury retrograde. So this is that revelation again, Mercury being the planet of the mind in the 9th house in Sagittarius is going to be really drawing your attention to your perspective. So things may happen for you and you may be like, I didn't realize that I thought that way, or I didn't realize there was a different way of thinking. Somebody may challenge your thinking and may get you to see it from a different angle. And then there's that glass shattering moment of, I've never thought of it like that. And it changes everything. This is that revelation. So that kind of stuff, if you can tap into that and remain open and curious to that, that's going to help you down the track when we go into that Mercury retrograde next month. The environment, we have the Justice card. Okay, so the Justice card can mean multiple different things, but what I do love about this Justice card is that on the 8th of November, Venus will move into Libra. Okay, Libra being your 7th house, it's your opposite house, it's the house of your partners, past, present, or future partnerships. Venus is the ruler of Libra, so she's moving into rulership, okay, so she'll be powerful, and Libra rules the Justice card, that's why we're talking about it. So the Justice card has multiple different meanings. With that Venus in the 7th house component, it can mean that that's where you gather your energy from, is through your partnerships. Okay, so maybe you might have harmonious energy through your intimate marriage partner, or maybe a business partner, maybe somebody wanting to work with you or collaborate with you in a really positive way. And there's this Justice card of the energy of giving and receiving, and it can be a boost for you in the environment. I think I really like this Justice card. I think that's a good sign that your environment is supportive for you, Aries. The other thing to remember with the Justice card is that there's this cause and effect. So what you put out is what you receive back. And that's why, relationships are a mirror into ourselves, is because what you put back, that person reflects. What you put out, that person reflects back to you, okay? And so this is just that indicator again with that decision, this revelation, remembering that the universe can only match your energy. So if you're trying to make a decision about something that you're feeling really polarized on, the experiences in your reality are going to be polarized as well. That's going to match that. If there's inner conflict, inner chaos, that's going to be seen on the external. So really looking at that cause and effect in your life. What caused this situation to happen? What's the effect that's happening? How can I adjust the cause in order to adjust the effect? So again, like I said, going internal. That 7th house, it does represent our partners, but really it represents us on the internal level. To change any situation, we have to change on the inside first. And the universe needs you to, we've got the 3 of coins in reverse. So maybe there are people that you are not working together with, that you're not collaborating with, that you could be collaborating with. Okay, so maybe with that 3 of coins reversed, it's asking you to reach out. If there's other people that have skills that you don't have, if there's other people that can do something better than you, if there's a way that you can delegate some of the work, some of what's on your plate, do that this month. You are blocking yourself from moving forward by not allowing other people to pick up some of your slack. Okay, you cannot do it all, Aries. You cannot do it all and keep at an uplifted state of being. So there's people around you that want to help, okay? And if not, there's people around you that you can pay to help. There's people that can do things better than you, that can do things more efficiently than you, and your time is better spent on the things that you're good at, Aries, okay? So that could be another situation with this polarized energy. There may be, with those moons, it may be conflict with other people that comes up for you. Like that's very possible for everybody really this month. But in November, everybody may feel in a lot of conflict with each other. There can be big clashes. So, if there's people that you're in conflict with and they're not working with you, then move away, like walk away from them. 3 of coins in reverse is like, we don't need to be collaborating with people who are taking from us. So the other component of the 8th house, Scorpio energy, like I said, there's a lot of Scorpio energy at the beginning of the month. It is that energy of give and take. Scorpio represents giving and receiving. So if there are people who are taking from you, 3 of coins in reverse, you need to cut that off. That's not a healthy balance. When we're working with 8th house, 2nd house, we're looking at the balance between power and control, between giving and receiving, the balance between you and another person, you and your finances, whatever it is. If there's a leak in your finances, as well as what I'm hearing for you, Aries, looking for any leaks in your finances will be important here with that 3 of coins. Maybe there's places where your finances are going that's unnecessary. You can streamline it a little bit, make it more efficient. We have the 4 of Swords and the 5 of Coins. So now we're getting to the crux of the situation, right? Now we're getting to the root of it, because with the 5 of Coins, we're looking at self-worth, which really is the underlying vibrational quality of the 8th house, 2nd house axis. So this is the month of looking at your self-worth, your sense of worthiness. If you're not asking people for help, maybe it's coming from that place of not feeling worthy of help, or feeling like other people will not help you, other people will reject you or leave you out in the cold, abandon you. Maybe that has been your experience in the past, and that's what's coming up. You know, there's that emotional component that of look at that aspect. Like I said, there's this reflection, this cause and effect. So why is that coming up for you, Aries? Do you feel worthy of what you are trying to achieve, or what you need to achieve in order to move forward? Because if you don't feel worthy, then you will have experiences in your life that reflect that to you. So if you want something better for yourself, if you want more money, if you want a better job, especially as we move into Mercury retrograde. Again, by the way, I am working on a Mercury retrograde video, so that I'll release that in December. That's going to have an individual tarot card reading for each sign about how to tap into that Mercury retrograde and use it to the best of your ability, okay? Side note. But yeah, so this worthiness storyline is going to be playing out. Your level of self-worth and personal power as well is going to play out for you this month and be shown on the big screen, like is in shown in your physical reality, reflected back to you, cause and effect. You'll see it reflected back to you. So look for that, Aries. Look for it and see what is being reflected back to you. Are you missing out on job opportunities? Are you missing out on the pay rise? Are you, or are you tapping into it? 5 of Coins suggests that maybe there is a need to do that work on that level, that inner level of worthiness. Now with the 4 of Swords as well, I actually really like this. It is an indicator, okay, to rest and take some time out to make this decision. So if there's a lot of demands on you, if there's a lot of decision making, if there's a lot of conflict, okay, you don't need to make it just now. This is what the cards are saying. 4 of Swords, take some time out. Especially with that full moon in Gemini, it's making that T-square with Saturn, and Saturn is all about, Saturn in your 12th house is all about taking that time out to be with yourself. So taking that seriously. Rest and rejuvenation, taking that seriously as a really serious and important part of your health and well-being in order for you to move forward. That's also another part of worthiness. You are worthy and deserved of rest. Take that rest when you need it. Okay, there's nothing is that important that you have to burn yourself out for it, Aries. And in fact, the more burnt out you become, the more that you will start to manifest situations that will burn you out again and again and again. So if you want to improve your life, if you want things to get better, you are going to have to rest. And finally, we have the Hierophant. And again, that's that energy of tapping into something higher than yourself, doing things the right way as well with the Hierophant. We've got the 10 of Coins on the bottom of the deck, which means that abundance is available to you. So this 5 of Coins energy, this lack of worthiness, and particularly I feel attached to other people, to working with other people. So maybe it's about, maybe you don't feel good enough to work in the team that you're in, or the team that you're applying for, or something like that. Maybe you don't feel good enough to ask for help from some people. Maybe you feel like you should have to do it yourself. But knowing that that is a mental construct, is something within your own mind, is a perspective. Like I was talking about at the beginning, that perspective shift will help you, because the 10 of Coins is here. With the 10 of Coins is overflowing fullness, complete abundance, all your needs being met, all your empires. Like literally, look at this card. It's a feathered nest. You have the opportunity this month, Aries, to feather your nest, but it's going to be dependent on how you feel about it. Now, the Hierophant recommends that you do things in the conventional way. So this decision that you're having to make, this cause and effect you're having to make, we're looking at it from like doing it the right way. The Hierophant can be about authority, you know, it can be about organizations and structures, like the way that things are structured. And so the recommendation is, as you make these decisions, relax into doing things. Maybe you're trying to push yourself too hard to do things in a different way, to think outside the box, and the cards are kind of saying to you this month, the energy is going to be so extreme anyway. Maybe it's just it's okay for you to just do it the way that that society says to do it this month. Now, I don't really often say that message. I'm usually telling everybody to move against societal norms and cultural perspectives, but maybe this month for you it will be easier to just let it be the way that it's always been at this time. So we have the Phoenix rises into joyful abundance. I love that. Again, that 8th house is the house of the Phoenix. That's the symbol of the 8th house, okay? Because the 8th house is about transformation, rebirth, that rebirthing energy, transformative, changing. The 8th house is where we make big changes in our lives. So with all that activity there for the first 3 weeks, there could be big changes that are taking place. And that's why there's so many hard decisions to make, right? But through the Phoenix is rising into joyful abundance, 10 of coins. So as you shift this 5 of coins, like lower self-worth energy into a 10 of coins, feathered nest energy, you rise from the ashes. The Phoenix rises into joyful abundance card is really talking about letting go of what's keeping you small. What's keeping you from living out your biggest dreams, okay? And telling you to step fully into the transformation of your life, of your business, of your work life, of whatever it is you're working on for yourself, to really step fully into it and to claim it, to claim your power within it. So this is about evolving, yeah? It's about evolving into the person that you were always supposed to be, into that, and taking that a scary plunge into that space, taking that leap of faith into it. Again, like I said, maybe doing it within the confines of like law, of course, but also like, just the structured way that you're doing it, taking those structured steps, you don't have to like fight the authorities or fight whatever is, you don't have to break the system to get there. It's all possible within the system you're already in, is what they're telling me, Aries, whatever that means for you. I do think this is sort of setting you up for that Mercury retrograde that's going to happen in your 10th house. So I think you kind of through November doing the pre-shadow work of that retrograde, and during that retrograde you can really start to sink your teeth into this, and then as Mercury starts to move forward throughout January, then you'll start to see the results. And this month is going to be important to surrender comparisons with other people. I think that's always important, but especially when you're trying to achieve big things like you are this month, Aries. So if you start to compare yourself to other people, that's when this low self-worth comes in, this feeling like you're not good enough, like it's not possible, especially if other people are telling you it's not possible. Okay, so keeping your eyes trained on yourself, focus on your own strengths, attractiveness and power. And that's what happens with that 8th house, 2nd house energy, because oftentimes it is a house about power control. So oftentimes people can try to overpower us in that space or manipulate us or whatever. And so just not engaging in that and recognizing your own power, validating your own self, that's how we create worthiness, by being self-generative, not needing other people to tell us that we did well, or that we did good, that we're doing good enough. This 3 of coins in reverse may be that narrative as well. It may be like, stop trying to get your worth through other people. Get your validation through other people. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about what the competition is doing. Don't worry about what your friends and family are doing. Just focus on the goal. Focus on the prize. Know that the divine is supporting you. You're rising from the ashes. There's going to be revelations. So acting on those revelations, acting on what comes up from your subconscious mind, any insights that come up for you this month will be really helpful. Okay, so that is your monthly reading, Aries. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's a pleasure to read for you, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.